Hey there friends, welcome back to another video. This is going to be lesson 12 in the UFLI Foundation series, where we will be learning about the letter O and its short sound AW. So as you can see, we'll be learning the letter O today, and it makes the sound AW as in octopus. So we can remember it like this. O, octopus, ah, ah, ah. Let's do that together. O, octopus, ah, ah, ah. O is one of our 5 vowels, so we most often see it in the middle of a word. You can see it here in the middle of a CVC word. CVC stands for consonant, vowel, consonant, and the vowel here is, of course, the letter O. We see this in words like top, where the O is in the middle. If I were to sound this word out, it would look like this. T, A, P, top. We also see this in words like mop, where again, the vowel O is in the middle, saying its short sound AW. If I were to sound it out, it would sound like this. A, P, mop. So top and mop both use the short O sound AW in the middle. O can also come at the beginning of a word, like in the word on. Here's O at the beginning. If I were to sound this word out, it would sound like this. On. So, the vowel O can come in the middle of a word or at the beginning of a word when it's saying its short sound AW. Let's review one more time. O, octopus, ah, ah, ah. And let's do it together. O, octopus, ah, ah, ah. Well done. To write the letter O, for both uppercase and lowercase, we use the same shape. So the letter O is one of the easiest letters to write because it's just a big circle. For uppercase O, we start at the top, we come down and around, touch the bottom, curve all the way back up, and then right back to where we started. So that uppercase O goes all the way from that top line to that bottom line, and it crosses through that dotted middle line. Lowercase o is similar, but it starts at that dotted middle line, curves down, touches the bottom, and curves right back up to where we started. So again, uppercase and lowercase o are the same shape, but uppercase o is going to be taller and lowercase o is going to be shorter. Regardless of whether it's uppercase or lowercase, they both make the same sound, ah, ah, ah. Let's practice writing uppercase O. I'm going to write on the screen, and you can either write on paper, whiteboard, or even just using the palm of your hand and your pointer finger. Let's get ready to write. Start at the top, curve all the way down, touch the bottom line, curve right back up through the dotted and back to where we started at the top. That's uppercase O. Let's do 2 more like that. Start at the top, curve down to the bottom, touch, curve back up, uppercase O. And once more. Start at the top, curve all the way down to the bottom, right back to where we started, uppercase O. Now let's practice writing lowercase o. We're using the exact same shape and motion, but it's going to be a bit smaller, and it's going to fit between the dotted line and the bottom line. So again, if you have paper or a whiteboard, go ahead and grab that to use. Otherwise, just use the palm of your hand and your pointer finger. This is lowercase o. We're going to start in the middle at the dotted line, curve down to the bottom, then right back up to where we started, lowercase o. Let's do that 3 more times. Start at the dotted line, curve down to the bottom, and right back up to where we started, lowercase o. Twice more at the dotted line, curve down, touch the bottom, and back to where we started. Good, just like that, lowercase o. And once more at the dotted line, curve down, touch the bottom, and right back to where we started, lowercase o. So let's take a look at some words that use the short O sound, ah, ah, ah. This is the word on. Where do you see the O in on? Good, we see the letter O at the beginning. So in this case, we would sound it out like this. Ah, on. Let's try that together. Ah, on. Well done. Let's sound out this word as well. Aw, p, pop. Good. Where do we see the O in pop? Well done. The O in the word pop is in the middle. So in the word on, it was at the beginning. In the word pop, it's in the middle. But in both cases, it's saying the short sound, ah, ah, ah. I'm going to put some more words on the screen, and I want you to try to sound them out before I do. Take a look. On. Ah, on. Mom. Ah, mom. Mop. Ah, p, mop. Nut. Ah, t, nut. Top. T, ah, p, top. Tot. T, ah, t, tot. What did we change to get the word tot from the word top? Did we change the beginning sound, the middle sound, or the ending sound? Good, we changed the ending sound. So the word top ends in the sound p, but the word tot ends in the sound t. So we changed the p to a t and got the word tot. What does that word say? Good, this is the word pop. P, ah, p, pop. If we wanted to change the word top to get to the word pop, what sound would we need to change? The beginning sound, the middle sound, or the ending sound? Well done. We would need to change the beginning sound. The word top starts with the sound t, but the word pop starts with the sound p. So we would need to change the t to a p to get the word pop. Let's do a little bit of writing. We're going to be writing some words that use the short O sound, ah, ah, ah. And we're going to start by stretching them out. I want to write the word mop. What sounds do we hear in the word mop? Ah, p, mop. The first sound I hear is What letter says Good, M says So the first letter I'm going to write is M. The next sound I hear in mop is ah. Ah. What letter says ah? Good, that's our new letter O. O says ah, so I'll put an O. The last sound I hear in mop is p. Ah, p. What letter says p? P, very good. So I'll write the letter P. Now I've written the word mop. Ah, p, mop. Next, I want to write the word top. What sounds do you hear in the word top? T, ah, p, top. The first sound I hear in top is t, t, t. What letter says t, t, t? Good, T says t. So the first letter I write is T. The next sound I hear in top is ah. What letter says ah, ah, ah? Well done, our new letter O. The last sound I hear in top is p. What letter says p? Good, P says p. So I'll write the letter P. What do you notice about the words mop and top? Good, they're rhyming words. They both end in the same two letters. Up. Let's write one more word. Let's write the word mom. What sounds do we hear in mom? Ah, mom. The first sound I hear is What letter says Good, M says so I'll write the letter M. The next sound I hear in mom is ah, ah. What letter says ah? Well done, our new letter O says ah. The last sound I hear in mom is What letter says M again, well done. So to write the word mom, I use the letters M-O-M. Ah, Well done. Let's take a look at this sentence. I see the heart word is, the heart word the, and our new letter O peeking out from that word at the end. This word here has the nasalized A or glued sound, A-N. And remind me, what does A-N say? And, very good. So we can now sound out this sentence. Let's read together. Is the an fan on? Good, once more. Is the fan on? What kind of a sentence is this? Are they making a statement or asking a question? Good, they're asking a question. We can tell because there's a question mark at the end. Now let's take a look at this sentence. All of the words in this sentence are words we can sound out, but I do see again that an pattern, which will help us as we're sounding out. So let's start at the beginning. Mom, and, mom, and, pop, mom, and pop, sat, mom, and pop, sat. Let's read together. Mom and pop sat. Well done. In this sentence, I see the heart word the heart word is, and the heart word the again. The rest of the words are words we can sound out. So let's give it a try. The mop is ought not on the at mat. Let's read together. The mop is not on the mat. Well done. Let's write ourselves a sentence. Let's write the sentence. Is pop a mop? Let's write that down. Let's start with the heart word is. I'll start with a capital I because this is a sentence, and then an S to make the word is. Is pop. Let's stretch it. Pop. I'll start with a capital P since this is a name. Is pop a mop? Mop. Let's write it down. Is pop a mop? What kind of a sentence am I using here? A statement or a question? This is a question, so I need to use a question mark. And what is the answer to our question? No, of course pop is not a mop, but still, good practice to write. The story we'll be reading today is called Tom and the Fan. So we'll read it together here, and then you'll have the chance to read on your own as well. Follow along. Tom and the Fan. Tom is a man. Tom is not a fan. A fan is not a man. Tom is on the mat. The fan is on the mat. Tom and the fan fit on the mat. And that is where we'll end for today. Well done, friends. We learned all about the letter O and its short sound, ah, ah, ah.